What's up, y'all? Mr. Richard here. This is I'm So Beastly. We're popping off in the morning today because why not? You know, um, it's not gonna be long. I gotta go mold young minds later today, but I just want to get on and talk a little bit. We're gonna stay positive this time around. We're only gonna talk about good things that happen um, in any field. It could be good things in science, good things in sports, good things in literature. It could be good things in life and whatever. Economics doesn't matter. It could be good things in anything, but we're only going to try to talk about the positive things because why bring negativity into our lives if we don't have to? There's no need for it. There's no need for it. So we focus on positivity. So that's what we're going to do. Uh now there is one thing I've been thinking about for a while that I have wanted to say, and I want this to be the I guess mission of the week, message of the week, however you want to say it. Um, so at my school, there's a banner, and the banner says, "Great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, and weak minds discuss people." We should all be great minds. We should all be discussing ideas. We should all, I mean, events, it's okay. We try not to discuss people because that's when it gets judgmental. And unless you're speaking positive about someone, about a person, about different people, what's the point, right? Why bring negativity? We're trying to make this earth a better place. Why breed negativity? Let's only breed positivity, right? There's only good vibes. There's no reason for negative vibes, low frequencies. There's no reason for it. So we just stay positive. And yes, I understand it's hard. It is is very hard to stay positive all the time. And everybody has struggles with it. Even the most positive person in the world, I'm sure at times struggles with positivity all the time. It's hard. It's much harder to be positive than it is to be negative. So that's the mission for the week. Just stay positive and think about ideas. Now I mean we're all born geniuses. There are some people, everybody is better than someone at something. Everyone has a mission when they come here. Our whole collective mission is to make Earth better. Why do anything to make it crumble? There's no point. Let's all make it easier to live for everybody, right? But everyone is born a genius. Some people just never find that genius, right? Some people are geniuses in the way of writing. Some people are geniuses in the way of studying. Some people are geniuses in the way of athletics. Some people are geniuses in the way of music. And some people are geniuses in the way of teaching, in the way of helping others become, it helping others reach their top potential. There's plenty, every single person in this in this world, on this earth right now is a genius. Some people have lost their genius, some people have yet to find their genius, some people never search for their genius because they're told they can't. And I've heard this saying. I actually had this saying up in my classroom till the till the sticky notes, not sticky notes, till the little glue pieces that held it up to my board. But it said, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. It's the mindset. When you're told you can't do things and you start believing, oh, I can't do this, I can't do this, and then you start attracting that negative energy, and all of a sudden, oh, you can't do these things. Well, when you start thinking I can, you have to believe you can before you actually can. If you don't believe you can do something, then you can't do it. All right, for instance, it's very simple that you have in sports, there's upsets all the time, right? There's upsets all the time. Now, how do these upsets happen? Right? You have these teams who are clearly the more dominant teams, right? They're much more physically capable. They're perceived to have a better coach. They have a better history of winning. It just upsets can happen, right? Because it's about the mindset. You have most times when an upset happens, you have the underdog team. The underdog is the team who obviously isn't expected to win, but the underdog is the one, when they do win, it's because they have the mindset going in, not just thinking they can win, but knowing they can win. They've already seen themselves winning in their minds. To them, the win has already happened. So they believe it. So they go in there acting as if the win has already happened. And so they play up to a level that they've probably never played before in one aspect of the game or all aspects of the game. They played it at a level they've never played before because they know they can do it. That's the same thing with, the top dog getting beat. They go in expecting the win, but maybe in their mind they're not focused on the task at hand and the moment because they're like, oh, we got this, and they brush it aside. So they're not focused on that. They're looking at a different point in time. Whereas this underdog team, they're focused on that moment right there, knowing it's going to happen, right? It's different. The mindset is everything. When they say it's 80% mental and 20% physical, that's not a joke. That is true. Most of everything we do in this world is physical. So if we just know we can do it and have really confidence should be oozing. Confidence should be oozing off of us. We shouldn't be doubting ourselves. When we doubt ourselves, we become far less capable of than what we were meant to be. So why do that? Why limit yourself? Right? I mean, I've had, and this is just personal experience. I've had students come up to me and say, well, that looks cool. And say that, they were going to give up on something. And this is one student in particular. And they said, "Oh, I'm going to give up on this because people tell me it's stupid and, blah, blah, blah." And I said, "Okay, well, do you enjoy it?" And they said, "Yes." I said, "Do you want to do this for a living?" They said, "Yes, it'd be awesome." I said, "Then why would you stop doing it?" And they said, you're right." And then they didn't stop, and now they're progressing to a point when they can, and they're still young, but they're progressing to a point when it might be able to become that full-time income. Right? So they started believing more that they could do it. They started having more trust in themselves, more confidence in themselves, and they became able to do it. Right? So then that's really the point of all this is what I'm getting at is we should not limit ourselves by putting doubt into our minds. We shouldn't limit ourselves by thinking, "Oh, I can't do this. I can't do this." Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can do anything you set your mind to. Perhaps it might take a little longer if you were to set your mind to like, flying. Of course, we can't fly right now. Not necessarily, not saying we can never fly. It might just take multiple generations of learning, for instance, like witches, right? Witchcraft used to, I mean, it still technically exists today, just in a different vision. Um, right? Spells are real. Like you can manipulate matter around you. Manifestation is real. I saw a video of this doctor and he was explaining how manifestation can work and truly work. And yes, it takes repetition, but he said when you have an idea of what you want, you write it down, you say it in your mind, so read it to yourself. You say it out loud. So now you've written it down, it's out there. You've said it to your mind, so it's to yourself. Then you say it out loud, you put it out there in the universe, and then you envision it happening. You envision yourself having that or being that, or basically you envision it being true. And you do this over and over and over again, and this will increase your chances of manifestation. So it's not just the act of thinking it. And you also, when you write it, when you speak it, in a sense it's similar to prayer, whereas many people think prayer is asking, but prayer is the same thing as manifestation, just two different words and done in slightly different manners most times. You have to act as if you already have it. And it is difficult to get into in the beginning. Some things I've been able to do with this technique, some things I haven't because it's harder for me to envision myself already having it. Some things I've done, and it's true, it works. It definitely works. Um, so write it down, think it to yourself, speak it out loud, and envision it becoming true. And it's not going to happen overnight. Some things might happen overnight, but it's going to take repetition. You need to be consistent with it, doing it over and over and over again. And eventually you'll start to see maybe small things happening that are leading towards that. Eventually it's just gonna improve itself and go. And you will have that thing that you desire, but it's more of you have to act as if you already have it. You can't be wishing for it. You can't be hoping for it. It's like instead of thinking something's gonna happen, know something's gonna happen. Right? And I'm not necessarily, speaking good or bad of the Bible, but in the Bible it says I am, and I am is the way to manifest because I am is saying that you have it or you are this thing. That is true. I am. So act as if you already have it. That is how you manifest, right? Let's all find our genius. That's what we want to do this week. Let's find our genius, right? Great minds speak of ideas. Average minds speak of events. Weak minds speak of people. Let's all be great minds. Let's all develop our ideas. Let's all make this world a better place. And let's just be positive and emit love. And I'm getting a call, and this is a beautiful thing. This is a short episode, but they can't all be long. Y'all have a good one. Much love.